I'm a big fan of Micro Uzi, and the way that he went for that spray is truly fascinating. Now, Saez, not much that he can do there. Harami Bro gets the point, gets the job done, and now we're looking at Hyunbin, the last player remaining, coming from the side of Korea's DRX. Federal is already on the move, pushing on the stairs right now for this last Iranian player. And there you go, ladies and gents. Harami Bro wins the fight, hands DRX out of the game.
And Harami Bros can claim themselves to be the kings of Picado, winning the earlier fight with Vampire Esports, and now Vampire Esports and also DRX, they are at least day one's king of Picado, ladies and gentlemen. So great work there by Harami Bros while maintaining all four of their players intact. Now, let's see if they can score the chicken dinner. And also to point out that pretty similar to the previous round, like we only stage 2, but we already lost 6 teams.
I just want to make you guys understand just how aggressive the teams that we have inside the lobby, right? I mean, this is stage 2, and 6 teams has already gotten the boot. DRX, FaZe, Vampire AG, we also got T2K and Team Pandem back in the lobby. So, I mean, it has been aggressive from the get-go, and I guess when it comes to the playoffs, this kind of pace will continue on up to the 3rd day. What do you think, Sir Cloud?
Yeah, I guess so as well. I mean, it's sometimes about a momentum, right? So they can definitely carry it on. So I'll be looking forward to see if that remains to be the case, because sometimes when it comes to this kind of game, it's all about consistency. And like I always say, it doesn't matter like how you start off. It matters how you end.
Agree. Yeah, it doesn't always have to, like, how good you start the game. It's how you finish it. Whew, all right. And speaking of finishing it, again, we're down to just 10 teams remaining. This is just stage 3, ladies and gents. And as for the number of points our teams was able to put up on the board, Harami Bro with 7. So far, it is the highest out of the remaining teams here, followed by Falcons Force with 5. But when it comes to which team is actually sitting on the throne, I believe that would be, is it Falcons now? I think it's Falcons now.
Yeah, Falcons is right now, at least in this grouping, on top of the throne. But with the 5 points that they have collected very, very early on, yeah, they're definitely number 1 now. But I guess it doesn't matter whether you're number 1. Honestly, at this stage, it's all about getting in the top 16. So even if you get number 1, it's like just for bragging rights, that's cool. But, you know, you still need to fight it out in the grand finals later on. But speaking about fighting, now we have Falcons Force here fighting against K1.
Okay, so this is interesting. We've got K1 as one of, I guess, aggressive teams in China. The highest earning team as well. So let's see how far they can last going up against Falcons this time, as East in action, cooking up those nades real good and prepping to throw it at them. Tianyu goes down, but with a mini 14 coming off of top.
I mean, we're talking about the number 1 team going up against K1, who is at number 21 right now. So it's quite a tall order based on the stats. And with the first knockdown of K1, that would give Falcons Force an advantage. Okay, here we go. Falcons Force with East at action. Being the duo at the front line. K1 comes in onto the right side, not able to land a shot. He tried to spray into the smoke, but nobody was there.
Again, we're still watching a trade-off between Falcons and K1. We've got East moving in, pushing for a charge. Pretty aggressive with a UMP. Was able to do a massive spray and shut down not just 1, not just 2, but 3 players out of K1. Amazing.
Yeah, there you go. Falcons Force. Pretty straightforward, the eliminations that they got against K1. Now K1 only has that 1 player left, that is ZWZ, and he's forced to rotate on the outer side back into the blue, coming back into the circle. And speaking about the circle, CAG Osaka right in the middle of it. It's gonna be interesting. I don't think teams will want to crash in onto them at this point, but yeah, but it will be a good spot for them to camp out and keep an eye on any other moving teams. But for ZWZ, still spending time in the blue with only 2 players, 2 first aids left. and Falcons Force will make easy work out of him.
Oh man, the moment that he decides to open fire, that revealed his location, and it was easy for Falcons Force to sniff him out, right? Because they already know where to point their guns at. Which brings us down now to 9 teams remaining, and now we're looking at Bigotron Red Aliens. They do have one elimination point under their name, and potentially clashing with A1 TMT. So it's just a matter of time now before these two giant teams decide to collide up against each other. Now, for the side of A1 TMT, they also have one elimination point. So Rowdy is doing a fishing shot here up against BTR, but not really completely getting into an engagement considering the distance that they have, from Falcons. Or was that Falcons? Yeah, from Bigotron Red Aliens rather.
Yeah, so Bigotron Red Aliens now scoring their first point in this round. So yeah, they are uh, on the rise. But let's see how many points they can get this round because production picked them. So production will be praying that hey, this will be the round that they score the chicken dinner. So far so good. As long as they have 4 players, it gives them a good chance of scoring that chicken dinner. But for
Yeah.
A1 TMT Esports, now they are coming in from the side. The next challenger will be actually Bigotron Red Aliens.
Exactly. And just want to point out the fact that stage 4 in this match, Falcons Force was able to put up 9 elimination points, followed by Philippines Harame Bro with 7.
Oh yeah. After that fight inside Picado, they got 7. And they still have a full team. So anything can come out of them as well. Notice the elimination fee for the members of TJB got knocked down, but no follow-up, so it could be a long-range knock as well.
Mm-hmm.
So far it's quite a stalemate again because
Yeah.
the same theory applies. A lot of eliminations happen at the start of the game, so now there will be a little bit of a downtime. But Falcons Force will not allow that downtime to stay for long.
Yeah, we are experiencing some sort of slow dance, from all 9 teams remaining inside stage number 4. This is actually a chance for them to kind of relax, at least for a few minutes in the game, right? To talk about how they're going to be approaching the last few zones in this final round to gain the most advantage. Of course, you always have to make those advantages work on your side to score that winner chicken dinner. And as you can see and hear, right, we have less gunshot happening right at this moment, and most of the teams here will probably just do damage output and not really elimination points. Again, considering just how far they are from each other. Ooh,
Well,
but here comes the shift.
there you go. The circle will force them to move. So let's see here. The teams on the outside. Harame Bros a lot of open space in front. So, okay, they got a couple of options here, right? They might want to consider like, okay, go up, clear DRS, but it also depends where DRS moves and what sort of information they can get, or go down south and clear Agon I8 to be in the circle. That's not a bad option as well. So let's see what sort of option that Harame Bros will go for.
Oh man, just look at that. Falcons Force looking at TJB right now. Again, they are already on a great momentum so far for the final round, and they're looking to get some more points under their belt. Same thing goes, I guess, for A1 TMT. They haven't really scored that much point just yet, but the fact that they are already in stage 5, that means they are close to scoring not just the chicken dinner, but also racking up some points for themselves. But DRS, man, so I believe XMPL just got sent back to the lobby.
Oh yeah, there you go, eliminated by Talon. And now that means that DRS only has Killer left on the outside of the circle. It's going to be pretty bad news for him. Axel on the top of that hill. But now we have Harame Bros. So it looks like they took the southern option to crash into the compound where Agon I is at. And with that simple crash, they took over the compound and they gathered 9 elimination points.
Whew, I don't want to jinx it. I don't want to say anything just yet, but so far so good for the side of Harame Bros because 9 elimination points. They're climbing up ranks. They are still in stage 5, part of the final 7 teams, and looking to be part of the last few zones as well for Miramar. And if they can continue this consistency and playing at this kind of pace, man, there's a huge chance that they can score the chicken dinner for the final round.
Well, they're in a good spot to try to stop CAG Osaka
Yeah.
from doing anything funny. Let's see if they can get something out of Garnet here. If they can get a knockdown to Garnet, then, well, Garnet is probably going to be a Garner since he's on the outside circle. And Emas is alone, so you got to be extra careful that Apollo is going to come in. They will need to clear out Emas for Garnet.
Yeah, if we're going to be comparing CAG Osaka to Harame Bros, CAG obviously hasn't put any points just yet, but range, ooh, taking in some damage, a lot of damage from the nades coming from Japan CAG Osaka. But you know what? CAG also dealing with the fact that there are teams right behind them. So it is not a good spot, I can say.
Yeah, with TJB getting into the fight as well from afar. But Harame Bros, they might lose range. Yeah, there you go. It's going to be Apollo splatting him down to the ground. And Apollo, he still has that space to save his teammate. The revive is going to kick in now. And Naoto is going to be saved. But for TJB, okay, still keeping an eye on them. But they might not get the next phase on circle. Let's see, where will the circle go? Harame Bros, not too far from the middle. And they will still have that circle.
You know what? BTR Falcons Force fight is inevitable, but I guess if they're going into a clash, they have to do it as fast as they can because A1 TMT is also looking to join into the mix. So it's going to be an interesting fight in this very compound, considering that this is already stage 5. So the zone is already shrinking. We don't have that much space to work with. So man, it's gonna be a bloody stage 7 to say the least.
Yeah, this is where we'll get to see a lot more action, especially involving Killer here. CAG Osaka getting across this road and they could bump into Killer. But on the northern side, okay, we got Falcons Force, BTR, and A1 TMT. A1 TMT is going to see their first action here in this round. With Tops knocked down, IC now getting away to safety is together with Action is going to take the high ground, while Flower H is going to take the vantage point, overlooking all those teams below them.
Whew. Okay, here we go. It's getting intense so far. Again, what a great exchange. TJB versus Falcons. K first goes down, but Falcons, oh man, they just got eliminated with 9 elimination points, and I believe it was BTR who got the job done.
Yeah, BTR now not only eliminated them, but they do have a very good spot against A1TNT. Just look at this. How is A1TNT going to come up? But no, looks like they have an answer to that. But landing a nade on La Paz, that could be their opening. But still, A1TNT, they not only need to manage BTR, but also Harame Bros on the other side, in which they got that one knockdown. But still, the job is not over yet against BTR. Luxy gets a knockdown to Sinister.
I mean, it's gonna be difficult for A1 TMT to pull off a win here, considering that they will be coming from like just 2 players for the team. Sinister is down, so there's that pressure to pick him up. But BTR not leaving the compound, so I guess they're not gonna leave this spot undefended.
Yeah, I mean, this is a good spot for them. Just look at their surrounding. It's well protected by the terrain itself. And the fact that they have a full team so they can cover all sorts of angles. So as long as they can maintain the defense, like no team is able to crash in, then they should be in a good spot. Federales knocks down Rowdy from a distance.
Okay. But then again, you mentioned it. I mean, there's that distance that we were talking about, since a while ago. So I guess it'll all just go down to damage output. But from the kill fit, it's Hands as well coming from BTR, who is on his knees. The question is, if he's still going to be picked up, well, we'll just really have to until the trades finish this.
Oh, looks like they'll be shot from multiple angles. Federales gets a Rowdy, and that's going to be Rowdy eliminated. A rampage for Harame Bros. So far with 3 players that take the points, but speaking of points, Flower H from Neton takes down Luxy from BTR. Rowdy Luxy sees another player on the left side from A1 TNT. Flower H tries to get the knock. Not able to get it just yet, but Federales again comes in on the elimination team.
Yeah, you know what? 4 out of 5 teams are actually having a trade-off from one spot. It is only CAG Osaka that's staying out of the fight. So we've got TJP having an exchange up against Harame Bro. Oh, this is not looking too good for the side of Jappy. He is now on the ground courtesy of K first of TJP, but Federales is doing a massive counter. And just look at that, 12 elimination points for the Philippines.
And Jappy needs to be saved, but as long as you don't take out the members of TJP, it's going to be kind of hard. Okay, Jappy managed to crawl himself towards Federales, and now the revive will kick in. But at the same time, the blue will start to close as well. So Harame and Bros will need to find a way, but they should be okay. Just look at this. They can navigate down past the lower ground into the circle, so they should be fine.
Yeah, but they will deal with CAG Osaka if they are moving into another position here. I mean, it's either A1 TMT and TJB or CAG Osaka. But let's see what kind of strategy they're going to be pulling off, going up against the 3 other remaining teams in this fight. But so far, it is CAG Osaka, Japan's team, that has the most successful percentage of actually scoring that chicken dinner. But, BTR having this compound gives him a little bit of advantage compared to TJB. Now, TJB going in for the fight. Your hands just did a massive spray, but not knocking down any of the players of TJB. It was a nade that took down Flower.
Wait. Oh my goodness, Longs actually made it himself. Oh no, that's a disaster for TJB, and now only one member of TJB left. La Power spray into the smoke, and he will land a final blow onto TJB, and they're out at number 4, 4 elimination points. Man, I'm not sure if it would be a different story if they did not self-name, but hey, it was still a good run.
Woof, oh man, just like what it said, I mean, CAG Osaka is just letting these 2 other teams really battle it out with one another before they join into the mix, which I believe is still a smart strategy. But Harame Bro as well as BTR, both the teams here are doing a reset, recuperating from the damage that they have suffered. But you know what? BTR is ready to fight. They are now pushing in, being the aggressive team. Let's see if Harame Bro can still defend themselves.
La Paz ready to dance on the fight. BTR coming in from one side. Jappy gets knocked down, left only with Federales, but nope, Federales taken out by Hansless. And it's going to be BTR versus CAG, and this is where production they're cheering for BTR.
Man, but it is still a whopping 12 elimination points, for the side of Harame Bro. So, man, I mean, kudos to that kind of performance. Now, down to 2 teams, CAG Osaka versus BTR, and I know there's a lot of you fans out there cheering for the Red Aliens, and this is now their moment. Let's see if they can actually score the chicken dinner as Rick Kooky over here goes for the massive spray and actually shuts down one player from CAG Osaka.
Yeah, only Apollo and Garnet now. They won't have the time to pick their teammate up, or maybe they do. Okay, we need to wait and see how it goes. But BTR is going to choke them down, not going to allow them that space to revive Naoto. And now they have arrived just right in front of the members of CAG Osaka. Garnet on the other side with an M249. Scopes down with the mid dot, fires in, and there you go. Man's gonna knock down, and now they manage to even up the odds 2v2.
Oh man, okay, so CAG Osaka is showing some teeth here, which we like, of course. Not making it easy for the Red Aliens to score the chicken dinner here. Lapar opted to go for that spray, okay, which is successful enough because he already has another point under his belt. Now Apollo goes in for the dance, but it is still, of course, Bigatron Red Aliens emerging victorious from that exchange.
From zero to hero.